Greetings, family. Peace, love, and positive thinking. This is Guru. Thanks for visiting my channel. Today's vlog is about a crowd that shouts racial slurs at a young football team when some of the players kneeled during the national anthem, coach says. So without further ado, family, let's get to this story. Family, youth football coach Marcus Berkeley knew there would be a backlash if his players knelt during the national anthem. He just never thought it would be this severe. When three members of Berkeley's all-black team took a knee during a Saturday night game in Bethel Park, Pennsylvania, people in the stands began shouting racial slurs at them, eventually becoming so aggressive that the police were called in to keep the peace, he said. Quote, once they took a knee, you see cameras and people taking pictures, unquote. Berkeley, who is also African American, told WPXI. Quote, and out of nowhere, you just hear, if the little nigger want to take a knee, they shouldn't be able to play, unquote. So you see, family, as the game proceeded, Berkeley said some of his 12 and 13-year-old players told him they heard the same thing on the field from the opposing team. He said neither he nor his Woodland Hills Wolverines had encountered anything like it in the 2 years they have played in the league. Quote, it was sad and scary that kids were subjected to this, Berkeley told Penn Live. I didn't sleep that night. So far, no one has come forward to dispute the account. Colin Kaepernick on death threats. Okay, that's something different. I'm sorry. It's getting ugly out there in America. Yes, it is. And I'm going to repeat that. It's getting ugly out there in America. Similar incidents have played out on athletic fields around the country in the weeks since San Francisco 49er quarterback Colin Kaepernick sparked a national debate by refusing to rise for the Star-Spangled Banner because of its racist nature before a game. A protest, he said, was intended to draw attention to fatal shootings by police. Well, it sure has brought attention to the fatal shootings by the police, and the police have, after that, have succeeded in proving Kaepernick right. Unfortunately, Kaepernick said he has received death threats for his actions, as have other professional athletes who have joined him. And as his display has caught on in college sports and little league teams, younger players haven't been spared either. Last month, members of a youth football team in Beaumont, Texas, reported receiving death threats and remarks about lynching in online comments after they took a knee during the anthem, local media reported. So family, before I go on, I gotta bring this up again. How many times are we going to have to put it through white people's thick, empty heads? Because I can't fathom them having brains. I just can't. I can't fathom them having brains because they don't use them. They keep thinking this is all about the national anthem. We're trying to bring attention to police brutality against African Americans and other people of color. White people, you're trying to ignore it. You're trying to evade it. You're trying to run and hide under the rock you came from, not to face the truth. Face the truth. The truth shall set you free. I digress. I'm going to get back to this story. So, it says, also in September, a University of North Dakota linebacker who knelt at a game said people on Facebook and Twitter called him racial slurs and told him he deserved to be lynched and shot, as the Washington Post reported. Also, family, do you see how white people are able to say these threats and these kinds of things on social media? And then the first thing they tell us, though, is how we're wrong for saying some of the things we say. But we have to endure them and their threats and their name calling, and yet they come and try to have something to say to us when we have things to say. It's fucking arrogant. Excuse my French. It's just arrogant. So, anyways, it says what seems to set the situation for Berkeley's Wolverines apart is just how overt the insults were, purportedly coming straight from people watching and playing the game. In a Facebook post over the weekend, Berkeley said fans of the opposing team screamed racial things at them and called them niggers. The opposing team's players made similar slurs on the field, he said. Quote, players told me, Coach, they're calling us the nigger word, the N-word, Berkeley told WPXI. He also accused referees of penalizing his team without explanation and said that his team members and their parents were denied service at a concession stand. Employees said the food was reserved for Bethel Park fans, he said. Quote, but with all that going on, it seemed like another attack, unquote. So not only did they have to endure, and I gotta say this is so fucking sad. Excuse my French again. Family, I'm sorry. It's hard to even talk, sanely and calmly about stuff like this. It's so freaking pathetic. Now, we have to still endure racist shit like this. And I remember growing up always hearing white people always say, well, you can't change people overnight. Well, you can't change people overnight. And you know what I used to snap back at them? Well, how much time do you consider overnight? And you know what? Every single time they would have red on their face because they, number one, I'm a black man who will say it to your face. And then number two is I speak clearly. So you try to make a fool out of me, I'm gonna clown your ass right in your face. That's the kind of brother I am. And so that's what I did to this white man when I asked him, what do you consider overnight? Because we always hear that stupid ass excuse. And what we say is our freedom should have happened yesterday. We're not waiting no more overnights or when you feel comfortable. It's not about you. This is about God. God gave us this right, not you. You ain't got shit to do with it. Man, I've gotten so far off of this. I'm so heated though because it's so freaking stupid that we're still dealing with it, which means that these racist bastards that I have grown up having to deal with, they've taught their raggedy ass nasty kids how to be the same nasty way. Racist fucking slime. Pigs of the earth. That's right. When we have to deal with it to this day, that means that your nasty ass messed up ancestors, as fucked up as they are, taught you how to be as fucked up as you are now. And that's what black people have to deal with. And again, this is not your country. You freaking go to Europe or wherever the hell cave you came from. You go where you came from. The Native Americans don't want you here. You stole their shit. They want you to go over anybody. They say you have a lot of damn nerve telling other people to leave here. It's not even your land. That's what I hear them say. Yeah, exactly. So you racist trolls, fuck you. Take your raggedy ass back to the fucking caves you came out of. Family, I digress. So it's sad that the players had to tell the coach that these idiots are calling them niggers. Some fucking grown ass supposedly grown ass individual pigs. So, anyways, he also accused referees of penalties. Okay, we went through that. At some point, the atmosphere got so tense that someone called the police, who stood guard on the field. Berkeley told Penn Live that the call came from the opposing team. Ain't that something? The president of the Bethel Park Junior Football League, Paul Curry, told WPXI he was not aware of what happened at the game. He was looking into it. Saturday's outing was not the first time Berkeley's player had taken a knee at a game. Earlier in the season, the coach said the same three players knelt during the national anthem, and when they did, Berkeley challenged them on it. Their response was eloquent, he told Penn Live. The ones who took a knee did so because they feel African Americans are not being treated equally, Berkeley said, adding that they cited the fatal shooting of Tamir Rice, a black boy who was holding a realistic-looking BB gun in Cleveland in 2014. Quote, Tamir Rice was a 12-year-old, unquote, Berkeley recalled them saying, and we're still 12-year-olds. Now, ain't that something that 12-year-olds can see what some freaking so-called grown-up white folks can't see? That says a lot. It just goes to show that their whole lie about their high IQs is nothing but some shit. It's nothing but some phony lies. And their certificates, those what do you call them? Their diplomas and degrees that they brag about, that they plaster in frames on their walls. It don't matter. It don't amount to shit. They all are alike. They so freaking stupid. And we have to deal with their stupidity. All of us. The majority, by the way, the majority people of color on the planet has to deal with the minority stupidity and ignorance. Ain't that something? So anyways, if they wanted to do it again, Berkeley told them he would back them 100% if they received backlash. And I knew he would, he said. Berkeley's Facebook post from after the game has since been shared hundreds of times and elicited a long list of overwhelmingly positive comments. Many people congratulated him and the players for maintaining cool during a tense game. Quote, keeping your team's composure was the best way to push through this, unquote, one commenter wrote. It takes a lot to be the bigger man. You know, African Americans have always been the bigger men and women. Of all the things that white folks have put us through, we have always been those bigger people, always. And it's funny how a lot of you who are white too, who you have a soft heart, you always have nice pleasantry words when we are just the way you think we should respond, nice and quietly. And you know, making things just nice, letting those other people be and continuously be constantly, years after hundreds of years. It's so freaking pathetic. Man, I tell you, I believe in God, and I think God is probably just like shaking his head at us like, you humans, I told you I made you in my image, and you can't even freaking love one another, and yet you try to claim you love me. I can imagine what God is probably thinking. And then you atheists, well, you atheists, the only thing I can tell you is, fuck you. We have no words then. I have no words for you. Fuck you. Because if you don't believe in God, then fuck you, because you're all fucked up anyway. So fuck you all from the start. Anyways, family, I'm sorry I had to go there today. This was irritating. I'm going to play a video for you I want to share with you. It ain't about that damn flag.
If you're gonna kneel, I don't think you should be allowed to play.
I think it's freedom of speech, but at the same time, I can see why some people would say it's disrespectful.
So family, you just saw the video, and now I'm going to end this vlog off with this post that Derek Hawkins, actually I'm sorry, it's a post that Marcus Berkeley Sr. had posted about this team here. It says, "We battled through adversity and remained focused. I love this group. They learned a huge lesson and got a taste of what this cold society can sometimes dish out. Shout out to the parents and fans who endured last night's game. I appreciate you all. We still got work to do. It's bigger than football. We lead by example and with class. We do our talking with the pads. Woodland Hills Wolverines." Congratulations, you guys. You guys surely set an example of what it's like to lead by example with class. Thank you. This is Guru. I really appreciate your time watching. If you like this video, please like, share, and if you haven't already, I'd appreciate if you subscribe. Peace, love, and positive thinking. Until next time, this is Guru Too Cool. I appreciate your attention.